Welcome back to Ferocious Education, this is Ed. Today we are talking about UWMC. I'm going to walk you through multiple things, including and not limited to latest developments, technical analysis, institutional interest, and what I think about this one. So let's jump right into this one. And UWMC. I covered this one multiple times before. My last video is in the description below if you'd like to catch it. Now, this one here is an interesting pick that I did explain before. They are a wholesale mortgage lender that are working differently in terms of hedging their own positions, etc. And I did cover this in a previous video where I did talk with investor relations team, and they did go ahead and give me some really good pointers about their business and how they compare to companies like Rocket and other ones as well that are similar in terms of operations. And so moving on towards here, what we need to look at is some of the updates. And some of you might think, well, there's no recent updates towards this one here. However, if you do look into, for instance, these ones here, they have something called weekly fast break. And what they do talk about is basically a quick update for latest developments in terms of the company, what they're focusing on. So for instance, on the week of 19th of April, they have transferred appraisals are now accepted on all loans. And then success track in-person in classes at UWM HQ is currently open, so that's to train within the team for some of their let's say contractors, etc. And underwriting touches impacts the client experience, and they're using ultimate tool to keep UWM or UW touches low. And then the last thing here is April pricing incentive, which is 30 to 50 basis points for more than $400,000, and loan amount of 760 plus FICO throughout Sunday, April 25th. And so yes, we do have some of the latest updates there, but there's actually ones that are more interesting. And this is relating to the Russell inclusion. Now you do recall what happened before with the Russell 1000 to 3000 inclusion. And mainly from what we've seen is that the identification or the definition of an IPO for Russell doesn't include SPACs. And so this was a SPAC, so then it will be included in the reconstruction. Now, the reconstruction will be implemented on 25th of June, 2021. However, it will be decided somewhere closer to May. So for instance, the 7th of May, that will have the rank and cutoff day for new information. And it's a little bit of a longer process that goes from May to June. But what this tells us is within the next 2 months, we will be on Russell 1000 and Russell 3000. And this brings in institutional investors into here, because ones that do want to go in on the ETF of Russell 1000 or 3000 will have to go ahead and buy from this stock. And so that will increase the institutional interest for this company. Now, a couple more things here that are very interesting while I'm doing the research for the stock. And one of them is the price over sales here, which is 251. Now, keep in mind that this is trailing 12 months. So it doesn't even include the latest details of this quarter one. And so price over sales here is 251. Finvest has them as well around 248. Now, in comparison to the SP 500, you're looking into a price over sale of 307. So currently, it is cheaper than the SP 500 price over sales. But when we go on towards price over book of 0.81, you're looking into an SP 500 price over book of 4.54. So it's almost somewhere around 5 to 6 times cheaper than the price over book for SP 500, and still cheaper than the SP 500 price over sale ratio, somewhere very much closer to almost, I would say, 30-40%. And so we could get a little bit of perspective here. And before we move on forward, if you'd like to see more contents like this, make sure to scroll down below, click that like button. There should be a subscribe button here for you. Make sure you click it down with the bell notification button. If you would like to join our Discord, click read more and join my Discord right here. And I'll talk about it a little bit later on. It's totally free. You can ask me more about UWMC and other stocks you would like to know about. And so let's move on now towards technical analysis. Now, onto the technical analysis point of view, we're dissecting it here first on the one-day perspective. And what we get to see here is that the 10 SMA is currently above the 30 EMA, and it looks amazing. It's in the trading action zone where most positive reversals occur, and it's currently within there, and it really has a high chance of escaping that from the north side higher for the first time in forever. So you get to see here the last time that was when it was above $10 or around $10. And currently it's starting to look very much primed for this continuous reversal that started on the 21st of April. And there is a good chance that it might actually as well break through that 796 and from there hit the 250 SMA at 819. Now, why I'm saying that is because you look into the MACD, you're seeing a very positive histogram that is pushing forward. Granted, it's currently overbought on the billion% R, but the 80X here has been very much on the ground with no action at all. It's been accumulating for a while. And what this says is that it might actually look for some positive action where it can bring a lot of investors in or traders in a shorter term, creating a bit of a pulse, and that pulse can even carry on. And we're going to look into resistances and supports to understand this better. And what we're seeing here is also momentum is currently at 0.09 and it's currently positive, and it's been very much of a long time since it last was positive. I think that was back in March. And this is a good indication, and it would be very interesting if it keeps this one up. But there is good indications here because the moving average band shows that it's very much closer towards the Bollinger Bands on the top. And if it does break it at the 808, it can really see a really much of a breakout. Stochastic fast and stochastic slow are both showing that this one here might very much likely to have another leg up. Other than the slow growth that we're not seeing a massive candle. This is slow organic growth. Now the next Fibonacci resistance is at 842, and you get to see we have some ways to make from here. The current support is at 718. Now other resistances include 919, 982, 1044, 1132, and 1245. Now we can start going on with some price line action, and what we get to see here is that the next support is at 770, and then below there you're looking down towards 759, a strong one at 750, and then we're looking into 729 and then the 718. Now current resistances, there is a few. The current strong resistance is sharp at $8, and then we go just a tad north to 822, and then up to 874. Then from there, you're looking into 894, 937, and then 975, 1032, and then 1073. And then following that is the 1168, $12. And then comes to the question to Ed, what do you think about this one? Well, I did have a position somewhere earlier in later on February, so 24th, 25th of February, and I did scoop it up at a low. And I made a video previously, and I did see it later on as well, skyrocket to 1245. Now, I do know that there's this competition between them and Rocket, and I did comment on it in the last video, where we do see that a lot of these results will be very much showcased onto Q1. So whether they're, let's say, the PRs or the agreements that they've done with some of the lenders or brokers, whether that is actually reflecting positively on UWMC, only time will tell. But for a big part, I do like this stock because it does balance my portfolio. Every portfolio needs a diversified factor towards it. And having something related to, let's say, real estate in there, especially one that hedges their own position, so if this real estate market drops, they still are covered, this would be very interesting to have on your portfolio. I think it's a non-brainer, and that's why I'm looking to even add some more if it does dip down below. But currently, I'm enjoying a very slow growth on here, and my current price target before I even consider selling would probably be $20, but that's my perspective on it. What do you think about this one? Mention down in the comments below. Make sure to drop a like to this video to help the channel grow, subscribe, and leave notifications on, and have a wonderful day. Now, if you made it this far into the video, I do recommend that you go ahead and join our Discord server. There's a lot of amazing folks in here. We do a lot of discussions here into the trading floor throughout the day. A lot of people are in there, and we do ask questions. You can ask me any question you would like on there. We do post research and DDs, and we hold weekly chat sessions. And we also do have a lounge in there. So make sure to actually join that and join the fun there. Have a wonderful day and a good one.